Joseph Addison, Sir Roger at church. I am always very well pleased with a country Sunday. Joseph Addison, as a spectator, he used to roam about in the streets among common people to know about the most frequent evils of society. And Sir Roger de Coverley is an imaginary character, or we can say that he is a very important member of the club. Here, Joseph Addison is in a very cheerful mood when he says that he is very happy with the country Sunday. And think if keeping holy the seventh day were only a human institution. It would be the best method that could have been thought of for the polishing and civilizing of mankind. Joseph Addison thinks that if there had not been a Sunday, the people would never have been polished and civilized. So it is only Sunday, a human institution, that makes people polished and civilized. It is certain the country people would soon degenerate into a kind of savages and barbarians were there not such frequent returns of the stated time in which whole village meet together with their best faces and in their cleanliest habits to converse with one another upon indifferent subjects. They hear their duties explained to them and join together in adoration of the Supreme Being. So, the people of the villages and cities gather in the churches on Sundays in order to perform their devotion to God. It is a religious concept that God created the universe within 6 days, and on the seventh day he contemplated at what he created. Therefore, the seventh day of the week is for contemplation and devotion. On this day, people pray to God in the churches. So, Addison explains different merits of Sunday. In the absence of Sunday, the people would have become wild, uncivilized, rude, barbarians, and savages. And it is only Sunday that saves mankind from degeneration, degradation, and rudeness. It returns on the seventh day, and people gather in churches. They discuss different cultural and religious subjects. Their faces, we can say, glitter with pleasure, with happiness, and they exchange their ritual views to maintain cultural harmony. They talk on different subjects of religious value. They listen sermons and perform their cultural duties. So it is good that people remember God who created this universe, and it reminds them of religious ideas and beliefs. At least on this day, they forget the selfishness and the boredom of their worldly activities throughout the week. So they praise God and talk of religion and culture. Sunday clears away the rust of the whole week, not only as it refreshes in their minds the notations of religion, but as it puts both the sexes upon appearing in their most agreeable forms and exerting all such qualities as are apt to give them a figure in the eyes of the village. So here Joseph Addison is telling us the importance or the significance of Sunday in the life of village people. A country fellow distinguishes himself as much in the churchyard as a citizen does upon the change. The whole parish politics being generally discussed in that place either after sermon or before the bell rings. So, Sunday was the best day to keep the country people civilized and cultured. Addison regards that if there had not been Sunday, the rural people would have become rude and uncultured, uncivilized. So, Sunday keeps people well mannered. On this day, all village people put on their best clothes. best garments. They gather in the church and they are explained about their duties, about their religious duties, moral duties, and they discuss upon different kinds of subjects and talk about their problems. The priest of the village explains them their spiritual and social duties. So Sunday is a very important day in the life of village people. In the village, Sunday has an important role to play because it clears away, okay, it clears away what the rest of the whole week. It clears away the roughness and boredom of the whole week. It brings people together and enables them to meet and mix with one another. People come to church in their best costume and in their most cheerful moods. It has an influence on the characters and manners of village people. Politics is freely discussed and their wits are sharpened and their manners are refined. So, this is not only the religious and moral values, but this is also the educational value of a country Sunday. Then my friend Sir Roger, being a good churchman, okay, this is the main character, Sir Roger de Coverley. Full name of Sir Roger is Sir Roger de Coverley, and he has been called as the friend of the spectator Joseph Addison. And why he was a good churchman? Because he has beautified the inside of his church with several texts of his own choosing. And Sir Roger, he has likewise given a handsome pulpit cloth and railed in the communion table at his own expense. So this was the reason that Sir Roger was a good churchman, because at his own expense he has done a lot to the church. He had selected a lot of good quotations and to decorate the inside of the church. And he has after told me that at his coming to the state, he found his parishioners were irregular. When Sir Roger was not in the country, he found that all the parishioners, they were not regular in going to the church or in making prayers, and that in order to make them kneel and join in the responses, he gave every one of them a hassock and a common prayer book, only to motivate them, to encourage them, so that they may take interest in the activities of the church. And at the same time, he also employed what? An itinerant singing master. Okay, Sir Roger also employed a teacher who goes about the country for that purpose, and the main function of that teacher was to roam here and there, from village to village, from home to home, and to instruct them rightly in the tunes of the psalms, so that they may know how to make prayer correctly in the church, upon which they now very much value themselves, and indeed outdo most of the country churches that I have ever heard. So here we find Sir Roger's quality as a good churchman. And as Sir Roger is landlord to the whole congregation, he keeps them in very good order, and he will suffer nobody to sleep in it besides himself. So in this paragraph we find the eccentricity, the oddity, the strange behavior of Sir Roger in the church, because he will suffer nobody to sleep in it besides himself. For if by chance he has been surprised into a short nap at sermon, upon recovering out of it, he stands up and looks about him. So nobody was allowed to sleep within the church during sermon. And if he sees anybody else nodding, either wakes them himself or sends his servants to them. Several other of the old knight's particularities break out upon these occasions. Sometimes he will be lengthening out a verse in the singing psalms, half minute after the rest of the congregation have done with it. Sometimes when he is pleased with the matter of his devotion, he pronounces Amen 3 or 4 times to the same prayer. So that was also a very strange behavior of Sir Roger. and sometimes he stands up when everybody else is upon their knees to count the congregation or see if any of his tenants are missing. And he used to indicate who was absent or who was present during the sermon. As soon as the sermon is finished, nobody presumes to stay till Sir Roger is gone out of the church. The knight walks down from his seat in the chancel between a double row of his tenants that stand bowing to him on each side, and every now and then inquires how such an one's wife, mother, son, father do, whom he does not see at church, which is understood as a secret reprimand to the person that is absent. So, the chaplain has often told me that upon a cateching day, when Sir Roger has been pleased with a boy that answers well, he has ordered a Bible to be given him next day for his encouragement, and sometimes accompanies it with a flitch of bacon to his mother. So Sir Roger has likewise added £5 a year to the clerk's place, and that he may encourage the young fellows to make themselves perfect in the church service. And he has also promised upon the death of the present incumbent, who is very old, to bestow is according to merit. So this was the text of Sir Roger at church.